Media loves to show you people standing out in their job searches by doing crazy things like resumes on cakes, resumes inside pizza boxes, standing at the front gate of, Google, handing out their resume like a flyer. The truth is, it's not that hard to stand out in a job search. It does not have to be that crazy. So let's talk about what it really takes to stand out and be the top candidate. Okay, now warning, what I am about to say is going to be so simple, it's going to make you want to roll your eyes, but that does not make it any less true, and it does not mean you're doing it. Sorry, that's some harsh truth there, but it's true. The way to actually stand out from all other candidates in the job search comes down to two things. Number one, follow every step that career coaches, guidebooks, recruiters tell you. Follow it to dotting the I and crossing the T, every last detail. I know that sounds really simple, but think about it for a moment. Have you actually done that? On the last job application, did you do that? Did you tailor your resume? Did you triple check for grammar and spelling errors? Did you write a customized cover letter? Yes, even when 50% of companies say they don't look at them, we don't know which 50 it is. So did you write a customized cover letter? Did you follow up with people you know in the company because you've been networking, because that's a part of it too? Did you send the recruiter a personalized note? If you do these steps, you will stand out. Why? Because these steps are tedious, right? And even though we know we should do them, job searching is not anyone's idea of a fun time. So they end up cutting corners. As you're filling out the third application, you go, does it really matter if I put this exactly here? Does it really matter if my resume has this perfect alignment? It does. Plus you start to cut corners because, let's face it, it all just takes time, and you're like, okay, I want to get on to the next one. I want to do the next thing. And that's what everybody else does too. So if you are the person who takes the time to really make sure they are flawless in execution of every piece of their job search, you will stand out. You don't need to get crazy on a pizza box or on a cake. You might make the news for those things, but it won't get you the job all the time. But having the actual skills and then putting them flawlessly through the application process, you stand out. Putting your resume on the inside of a pizza box definitely stands out, but if your resume doesn't match the skills of the job, you're still going in the trash, right? I talk about this in other videos about why I hate resume templates and how people focus on the wrong things, right? You do a version of the pizza box thing just on this. They focus so much on like, okay, I'm gonna add columns to my resume and I'm gonna add cute icons and I'm gonna give it a 4-screen frame around it or put a bright color. And none of that matters if you can't demonstrate you're a good fit, right? It's the same thing as the pizza box. So spend the time doing the things that show you're a great fit for the position, and then fit all the other job search rules, like tailoring it to this role, being polite and customizing things to a recruiter, and you're standing out for the right reasons and not getting thrown in the trash. So number one, you don't need to be wild and zany and crazy. You just need to be detail oriented and have follow through. And just to clarify one more time, I've worked in recruiting and I have also just been on hiring teams for plenty of jobs, and I've seen resume after resume after resume, or applications, or even this isn't just the application part, this goes to the interview process, everything. It is very obvious which resumes stand out because you can tell that they took the time to tailor. You can tell they have a clean format. Really, most people are not doing those steps. So if you do those steps, you are standing out. I know it doesn't feel like enough, but I promise you it is enough, because most people are giving about a 60% and you're gonna give 100. Okay, that's it on number one. I feel very passionately about that one. But number two, I feel just as passionately about, and it's even simpler. Make the recruiter and hiring managers' lives easy. Make anyone helping you throughout the job search process, make their lives easier, and you will be a pleasure to work with, and they will be rooting for you. So basically, never make anyone on the hiring team have to work more for you than they need to. Here's what I mean. Make things simple for them, like label your resume with your first initial, last name, and maybe the position you were applying for. Please don't send resumes as attachments that just say, my resume, or even Cass resume. Well, what if there's more than one Cass? It's possible. Make it very easy for them to find your information. In any emails with them, leave your phone number, your email address, yes, even though they're emailing you, and your LinkedIn profile in your signature every time. Just because they may read your resume and be like, oh, I need a caller right now. Or, oh great, now I have her number, I can text her. Like, texting is becoming a thing in recruiting, that they'll text you stuff. Maybe they want to check something out about you based off what you talked about. Your LinkedIn profile is right there. They can click right to it. You just want to make it simple for them. Another way to make it simple, have your references page ready to go. You don't offer it until they ask for it, but the second you get to that point in the interview process where they say, hey, we want to move forward, we'd love to get some references from you, you already have your page with your references, their names, titles, etc. You know, they're aware that they might be called, and you can send back immediately. No problem, here you go, let me know if you need anything else. You're not like scrambling, you're not making them wait. Basically, try to be a step ahead of their needs and you will be the easiest candidate to work with. You will be a pleasure, and that will make you stand out from other candidates. Also, one note that honestly, I'm not trying to like diss on a younger generation, but I've just learned this is something that I've had to teach younger generations that older people tend to do. Let's say that a recruiter emails you and needs additional information from you or needs something from you, and you are not in a place where you can do it right that moment, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't be a pleasure to work with. Just give them a timeline. Write them back and say, thank you so much, I got your message. I am out all day, but I will get this back to you by tonight, or I will get this back to you by tomorrow morning. You're now setting someone's expectations, and that recruiter isn't having to check their files all day being like, oh, they haven't replied back, oh, they haven't seen it. I've learned a lot of times people see a message and they just go, oh, because I can't do the thing right now, I'm not gonna respond. But that person's on the other end being like, did they get my message? Did they see the message? So even just giving people like pacing of when you will be able to do the thing will make life for you so much better. Being overly communicative in that way is really, really helpful. Okay, so no more crazy antics. Go the extra mile with each of the steps while being a complete pleasure to work with throughout the process, and I promise you will be the standout candidate. For more help on getting a job faster, you can watch my free masterclass. I have a link to it in the description below. I'll see you over there.